Hey everybody, thanks for being here today on Boost Your Business with marketgoo's Domain Intelligence. Very excited to have this webinar today together with Sergio because I think a lot of hosting providers and domain resellers don't know what they are already having and how useful it could be, how valuable it will be. And that's the data behind domains and websites. Because with the data, if you use it in the right way, it's really a gold mine. You can up and cross sell a lot. You know a lot of your customers. Maybe you can even see when they're going to churn, or you can cross and upsell to a higher version of the plan they already have, and stuff like that. So I'm very excited, like I said, to introduce Sergio to you. Sergio is the account executive of marketgoo, and
Hello.
they have a tool called marketgoo Domain Intelligence, and that's where MDI stands for. Sergio, if you had a sip of water, I would like to hand over the mic to you, and please take it away.
Sure. Thank you so much for inviting me for this webinar, Martin. It's a pleasure being here with you and having other people seeing how we can help them actually with their upselling strategies with MDI. I work as an account executive, senior account executive here at marketgoo, and well, we're going to see today how to kind of change, the strategies that we have in place to increase revenue, to increase the retention within the customers of hosting providers and registrars mainly.
Cool. And maybe there's just one thing that I forgot to say is when you have questions, please put them in the chat. We will save them for the end, and we have enough time to answer all the questions. So yeah, if you put them in the chat, then we can't forget about them.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you so much. I'm just making this a bit smaller. Okay, so again, thank you so much for joining to everyone. First of all, we're here to help you to boost your business with marketgoo Domain Intelligence, as you can see in the title of the webinar. As you may know, the industry, the whole hosting and domain industry it's through a lot of changes, so we need to compete with other providers, with other companies, because there's a price-based competition. Actually, many customers only renew if the costs stay low, or if there's some kind of discount, this. There's also tight margins because prices keep going down. The customers are more demanding right now. They want higher speed, they want a better support, they want great in terms of in general terms, they want a greater ease of use of our platform. Also, it's difficult sometimes to differentiate from that competition because most providers offer the same thing, so it's sometimes difficult. Also, in some cases, there an easiness of migration that makes easier for them to go to other providers. Also, the new customer acquisition costs are quite high. So we are kind of facing a situation that is difficult, and we're here to try to help you with this, right? So how can we adapt to these kind of changes inside the industry? First, we need to make data-driven decisions. We cannot go over there with just simply our gut, right? We need to differentiate our services from other competition. We also need to optimize all our offer for the right ICP. We also need to create some kind of relationship with our customers and establish communications that are effective and are in the right moment. And of course, we need to measure what we're doing with them, right? And what are they doing with their domains, with their website and everything. So just to increase all our revenue, we can of course gain new customers, right? Acquire new customers, but also we can maximize the value of these customers that we already have, our current customers. And this is what we can help you with getting more from your existing customers. And this is what MDI is for. Market Domain Intelligence, we like to call it the upselling engine tool for hosting providers and registrars. So this is quite interesting because we see a lot of different data tools in the market, but we see ourselves as something very specific to the industry and that can provide you a very specific knowledge about what's happening with the websites of your domains or with your domains, right? So this is what we are trying to help you with. Just a quick overview of our company. We've been here for more than 13 years now. We started with an SEO add-on. It's an SEO tool for website owners, for SMBs, so they can improve their positioning in search engines. And well, after all this time, we started seeing a lot of data internally. We saw that we can help the hosting providers and the registrars with all this data to run upselling campaigns to increase retention with them. And that's why we created MDI, actually, right? So we are going to speak today about MDI. What exactly is MDI? What MDI does is we analyze your list of domains, your private domain set, and we identified upsell opportunities there. So we are giving you data, we're giving you insights that are going to allow you to increase the revenue per user, to automate upselling, to enhance all the information that your super team is using. But in general, we're doing what we were mentioning at the beginning, right? We are getting the most value we can from that existing customers. And we're doing this through these more than 85 data points or KPIs that we scan from all that domains, right? So as I always like to see in the webinars, I like to see the tool itself, and this is what I prepared for you. So I'm going to do a quick, let's say, flow where we can use the MDI from a specific data set of domains, uploading this, and after this, running a campaign, right? So let me start showing you the tool. Where you're seeing right now is MDI, marketgoo Domain Intelligence tool. The first thing that we would do, as you can see here, is upload your domains, right? You can do this through the CSV. You can just upload here a list of your domains, or just copy and paste them, and just in a few hours, maybe a day tops, you will get all that domains scanned, right? When we get that domain scans, we start getting the data, right? We start showing in these cards all the data that you can use from your domains, right? So that would be the second step. We scan all the more than 85 data points so you can see the data. Here, actually, on the right side, you will find what the properties dictionary. On the properties dictionary, you have a list of all the different data points that we are scanning. You have actually on the left side the different categories of all the data points that we're scanning, and a description of it and how frequently this is updated. Most of the data points are updated weekly. Some of them, as you can see here, are updated monthly. And yeah, actually, all these data points are customizable, so you can do in this analysis section personalized cards where you can see all these data points with aggregated data, right? So we're going to find three different sections here in MDI tool. The first one is going to be the analysis section, second one, recipes, and third one, database. In the first one, we're going to see first a Sankey diagram, where you can see maybe a general overview of if the domains that are resolving, the ones that are not resolving, the ones that has a working website. We can see how much of them they have a custom email or not custom email. We can see how much of them they have an SSL certificate installed or not, or if they are using a less encrypt SSL certificate. We can also see in terms of traffic of the websites, this is our more marketing SEO data points related, or if they are doing good things in general about SEO. And there's one interesting thing about these Sankey diagrams, which is on the right side, we're going to find a few opportunities. That's the actionable data that we mean, right? Few opportunities for maybe products or services that we can upsell to them. So Sankey diagram is the first, let's say, data visualization way that we're going to see this. And second, we have here all these different cards. As I said, this is completely personal, customizable for you. What kind of data points we can find here? We can see the registrar the domains are under. We can see if a domain is an active website or if it's Spark. We can see the TLDs. We can also see the industry. The content of the website is about. We can see the WordPress version they're using, if it's outdated or not. We can see the platform or the CMS they're using. Also the language, if it's a website with a lot of pages or maybe less pages. We can see also more SEO marketing related data points like incoming links, content update, if the technical SEO is better or if it's worse. We can also see things about email configuration and email security, and we can see some more things regarding security. So this is the first section. We can see more, let's say, data for consuming all these data points. And on the database, we see a list of all the different domains that we uploaded here. Actually, database and recipes are let's say, the same way from the opposite side, right? First, we can create here from the database some filtering. So I'm going to say the domain status is active public website. For example, I'm going to add this filter and I'm going to add, okay, and I also want to see which one's SSL certificate is invalid or missing, right? I'm doing this filtering here and I am filtering only the ones that has a public website active, but are not having an SSL certificate installed. Think about, I don't know, e-commerce, for example, how important it is for them to have a trustworthy website, right? Well, this list of domains are some ones that we could target with some SSL product, right? And here, down here, we have the recipe creation. We could create a recipe because this is an opportunity for selling SSL certificate, right? SSL certificates to active websites without SSL certificate. And we can save this recipe and we are going to find it here on the recipe section, right? We actually, as you can see here, this is the one that I just created. I have a few here created for you. But in the recipe section, we have something else, an AI creator, right? We could create filtering, but only with a description. Let's say active websites with low traffic, right? Create recipe. So the AI is going to generate this filtering combination for us. And we're going to see, as you can see, domain status is an active public website with low traffic. Perfect. We can save this recipe directly. And we have some new recipes created here. Okay. As you can see here. Okay, this is just an example of how we can create the recipes, but once we have the recipe created, what we can do, we can, of course, export this as a CSV, and we can cross this with all the emails that we have from our clients and launch an email marketing campaign, for example, right? Or we can also launch a sales campaign. Let's say that we're going to cross this with phones and our sales guys are going to call these customers to offer some specific services or product, right? There are a few things that I want to show you as well, which is we can go into every one of the domains that we have on this list, and we are going to see each one of these data points for this specific domain, right? So we're going to have a whole overview of this domain for all the data points that we are scanning. And also, this is information that you can show in some kind of back office or interface that you have, right? We have an API, and we can integrate all this information, all these data points on your personal interface, or let's say, I don't know, a tool for support or any other place that you need it. We can do it through API as well. Okay, so how would we do it? So first, we upload your domains. Second, we scan all that data points for that domains. We analyze the data and we show it to you. Third, as we saw right now, we segment all these different filtering to create all the cohort that we want to target for sales or marketing campaigns. And four, of course, we launch that marketing campaigns, and we get some revenue from hyper targeted campaigns, right? That's the thing here. We're going to communicate with these people in a very, very personalized and timely manner. This is just an example. Well, actually, I showed you a few examples of what kind of recipes or opportunities we can create here. But let me mention another possibilities that we can have here on MDI. For example, we can upsell premium email services or packages to active website that has no premium email, right? We would be filtering, okay, this is a active website, and the MX record does not contain Google or Microsoft or any other email provider, right? So that way we would be creating a segment for targeting with these premium email packages. For example, something that we could also do is cross-sell some SEO services. If we see that some active public websites have low incoming links, or they have no sitemap, or they have, I don't know, broken links, or they have low organic traffic, these are all signals that can give us the information for offering SEO services. Also, we could sell other kind of services, like let's say that we segment the active website that has an outdated version of WordPress. That's an opportunity to sell them WordPress managed services, right? Also, we have the case of cross-selling. Maybe a client is a client of domains only, and we want to sell them hosting packages. We can do this, or the opposite, right? They are hosting only clients, and we want to offer them to transfer the domain with us. This is something that we can also filter, right? And there's another interesting recipe here, or opportunity that is targeting the park domains, or the domains that does not resolve, with website builder tools or web design services. So this is just some ideas about the things that you can do, but remember, we have a lot more than 85 KPIs, more than 85 data points that we can use and cross to create our own recipes and opportunities aligned with the goals and the products and the services that we want to prioritize for our company, right? So actually, Martin, that would be kind of it about the demo of the tool. I'm going to show a quick success story, a quick use case. This was a registrar and hoster that ran a trial with us. They sent an email campaign. It was a 3 email sequence offering web hosting packages, and it was a high hosting package. They never sold this package through online, through email or on the website. They only did this with phone calls and sales reps, and applying some urgency with a discount and time-based offer. They got really, really good results. We got a very small segment because this was a test for them. They got 7 conversions. They got a 61% open rate on the emails. They got a 4.3 CTR, and they were getting a 9x of ROI based on the lifetime value that they generated from that conversion. So This is super good results from a specific user of MDI. And actually, I have a place here, so you can ask whatever you need or whatever you want to know about the tool. But my recommendation, of course, is that you try the tool. Of course, that's the thing the most that can give you the information to take a decision of, okay, is MDI helping me? I'm quite sure that it can help a lot of hosting providers and register, but really super happy helping you with trying the tool.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, first of all. Every time I see this and I hear you speak about this, I'm getting even more enthusiastic. So, I noticed from my past when I was a product manager at a hosting company. And yeah, with this, you can really almost like a sniper, right? You can directly hit your target because you know they will answer with a yes based on the data you see, right? So you will reduce churn, increase ARPU, right? Because yeah, all the things that we just saw. So that's very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And so sorry to interrupt, Martin, but the thing is, there are a lot of companies that are doing some generic communication, right? Either I've spoke with a lot of companies that they say we don't have any direct communication with their customers, so that's opportunities that you're losing because the most easier thing is selling something else to someone that is already your client, but they are not creating that communication channel. They are not creating that rapport. They're just sending some salesy campaigns, to their clients. This is a way to target them when they need this, right? It is saying, "Hey, I've identified this. We can help you with this service or this product." So it's a completely different approach,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and I think it also, so a lot of the hosting companies have their emailing tools, their emailing campaigns as the main tool to contact or inform their customers. But if you get like emails that doesn't make sense for you, you will unsubscribe, right? And if they unsubscribe, you can't reach them anymore. So that's also, if you are always sending a message that makes sense, they're more interested, I think. In the meantime, we have a question. The question is, can you add custom fields when you import data? If you could, for example, add the hosting package that the client has with you, you can include that in the search query that you create.
Let me check if we can create like custom fields. The thing that we can for sure do is make a list of the domains that you have with this specific product. So we can filter on the beginning for sure, 100%. So in the moment that we are filtering in MDI, we're only taking that segment. But anyway, let me check this and get back to you if we can add
Yeah.
custom fields in
Yeah,
MDI
I
itself.
think it's a good question because yeah, if you know what kind of package they have, right, then they maybe can upsell from there or go to a managed package or a specialized WordPress package or something like that, right? So I can
Actually,
understand this
I'm
question.
I'm having some colleagues replying
Okay,
right now. So yes, they are telling me that you can add some tags. So there's a field to add some tags. So you can definitely use that filtering for products in MDI itself.
okay. And then, well, the person that asked the question is thanking for it, so it was a good answer. Then I have a different question. This model works with a monthly model. It's a tiered model based on a number of domains, right? Can you say like every month you want to do the same number, but then a different part of your whole portfolio? Or is it that you need to do the whole portfolio every month until you don't use it anymore? You're muted, Sergio.
So sorry. Thank you. The thing is, we scan. First of all, we work in a monthly amount of domain logic. So we would be counting the unique domains monthly that we are scanning. Um, the whole idea is if you keep the same domains, you're going to be the progression of how what are they doing through every month. So the best way to approach this would be to keep the same domains. Of course, you're going to be able to delete the ones that are churning, to add the
Yeah.
ones that are the new ones, but the whole idea would be to keep them there so you can track all the progression, right? You want to know if this website is going increasing in traffic because maybe you want to offer them so higher hosting,
Yeah.
or I don't know, any other changes you're going to want to know them. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and I can imagine that in the beginning, when a hosting provider or an MSP or digital agency is scanning the first time, they get a lot of data that they didn't know they were sitting on that data, right? So maybe they don't know where to start. Is that something where your MDI tool is also helping with, like giving the recipes already, or telling you that, or is it something that they really need to find out themselves?
So first, there are a few recipes that are created like predefined. These are the common recipes that some hosts or
Mhm.
registry use. So that's first. Second, I'm going to be with any user in the trial month. We actually give a month completely free trial. Actually,
Yeah,
we can speak about this later, but we give a 1 month completely free trial of NDI, and I'm going to be with you, assisting you in this trial. So I am going to be speaking with you, so to understand what are the products that you want to prioritize or
yeah,
highlight in this campaign or services, and we're going to create new recipes like personalized for you. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to be there. The whole point is that you can get all the information after the trial so you can make a decision about this. And something that happens a lot for me is that in some companies they say, I have this data internally, but sometimes it's very difficult to get this internally from other teams. So
hmm,
it's super easy to get this data in an autonomous way, right? The
yeah,
marketing has a very autonomous way to filter and run campaigns
yeah,
without speaking with someone internally that could get maybe some weeks to get that data. And this is
yeah.
good. And some other data points they just don't have it. So it's very good. Mhm.
And a lot of people are also always, yeah, how to say it, conscious about data, right? So where the data is going, etc. So if they use your tool, it's of course going to you, but all the data that you find and that you can give back, that's data that's openly available, right? So if people build the tool themselves, they can find it because the website is live, etc. Right? It's not that it's personal data that you are sharing.
Exactly. Everything is public, actually. I mean, I could get a random list of domains and get it
Yeah,
in MDI and
yeah,
just scan. But all the data is available there. What is really valuable is get the important data points aggregated with that information, understanding, for example, the content of a website, or understanding the specific data points that can be combined
yeah.
and crossed to use to be used for specific opportunities. But yeah, all data is public, so we're not working with any data that we cannot find ourselves. Anyway, of course, we can sign an NDI. If someone wants to sign an NDI, we have something there. But I mean, as I said, everything's public, so no worries
Yeah.
about that.
Okay. I'm wondering if there are more questions from people that are attending this webinar. So I'm just checking the chat. Um, don't see any new questions. Yeah, so if there are no questions anymore, is there something you want to add, Sergio?
Yeah, just what I was saying before, that we have a completely 1 month free trial. What we usually do is we have a meeting, a very brief meeting, 30 minutes. We understand the context of the company, we see their goals, we see what they want to do, where are they in terms of upselling or communication with their customers. We define a path for that month to run a specific campaign, email campaign, or a sales campaign, whatever they want, so they can even have some revenue from that 1 month trial, right? And after that month, they can evaluate all the attendees of the webinar, you can evaluate if this is generating some revenue for you or not, and you can decide of starting a subscription or not. We usually work with a 12-month contract, but this can be, flexible somehow. But yeah, so my recommendation would be just try it. It can help a lot with upselling, with increasing retention, which is actually one of the biggest problems in the industry. And yeah, just let me know, contact me, and we can start something.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Sergio. I think we as Wilton Register can add something to that. So we can give you a 50% discount on the default pricing. So if you reach out to your account manager or through our support department, then we are happy to help you. When you go through us to marketgoo, it will help you with the discount. You still have the trial, of course. And also from a product perspective or a different solution perspective. So we can also advise you on all the other stuff that we have. So like BaseKit, Atarim, for instance, maybe, or one of the security products, right? So check out our vendor portfolio. If you want some advice to cross or upsell some of your existing solutions, then please reach out to us. With that, I would like to thank marketgoo and Sergio specifically for this great webinar. I hope it gives you some more insights and eye-openers that, the way I see you're as a hosting provider, you're really sitting on a gold mine, maybe without knowing it. So please test it out and come to us, and we will help you with this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for inviting, Martin. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for everyone.
Thank you.